is how to make friends. That's a tough one, bro. Alright, we have a different type of video today. So in today's video, we're just gonna do a little chill Q&A. The content grind can be crazy. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So I put a post on my Instagram asking you guys for questions about music, the music business, what it's like to be an engineer, and just life in general. So yeah, let's get straight into them and see what you guys asked. So the first question I have here is how to make friends. That's a tough one, bro. I don't know, it depends what you want in a friend. Me personally, just from my personal experience, I've never been the type of person to want a lot of friends. For some reason, I've just never wanted a lot of friends. I've always liked to have a smaller circle of friends, but that I'm way closer with. And now as I get older and I'm just so busy with music and business and life, it's I only really want people around me that are adding to that. And I know I've briefly touched on this in another video, and it's yeah, some people would call that a harsh view, to not want more than a couple friends and only people that are adding to my life in a business way. But that's just where I'm at, man, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. But I don't know, man, if you want to make friends, go outside, just go talk to random people. It's actually really good just to talk to random people. DM people that you like on Instagram. Be like, yo man, seems like you're into this, I'm also into this. Obviously, they have to be in your city if you want to meet up and become friends, but just use the tools that are available to you and don't be shy. Okay, the next question is, what are your Autotune settings? Okay, so, this varies a lot. So if I'm working on a project and they're a really good singer, I might have the retune speed at between 25 to 30. But if it's something like hyperpop or rage, or they're just not a great singer, I'd normally put it to between 0 and 5. And then I like to mess with the humanize as well. I don't find that the humanize makes a big difference, to be honest. But sometimes I like to put it up to 100 or just leave it at 0. Anything in between is really not noticeable. How to cold message people without getting off on a bad foot. This is a really good one. So I've been cold messaging for I don't know how many years, and really learning better ways to do it. And really recently I learned a really good way to do it. Don't send a message, send a voice message. It's just way more personal when someone can hear your voice, they can hear your tone, they can hear your sincerity, and you just kind of lay out your information to them in one voice message. It's a minute long. So yeah, I'd really recommend doing voice notes over just texting. I've gotten way better results like that because it builds just more of a personal connection with whoever you're messaging. Also focus on value. Don't focus on trying to get something from them. Try to focus on giving them value and providing them with value. So if you're an engineer or producer, say you'll do a mix for free if you don't have any clientele. Say you have free beats, make a free beat pack, make a free loop pack, make anything else for free, a little course, make anything you can for free and provide that to people. You need to provide value, 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 value. Is it possible to be a full-time self-employed engineer? Yes. It is. Obviously, it depends on your expenses and it depends how well you're doing, but it's 100% possible, just like anything else. Today's day and age, it's really possible to do anything. If you can sit at home and play Fortnite all day and make over $1 million a year, it's definitely possible to do that with engineering. You just really have to make sure you're not slacking, and if you're self-employed, you have to have the discipline to do what you need to do every day, and you need to have systems in place to make sure you're hitting goals that you need to hit and that the money's actually coming in. Because in my early years, it was easy for me to idle and not really have enough of a plan set in place. Be yeah, okay, so this is how many leads I need to get, this is how many conversions I need to get. Really make sure that you have your maths down. Who do you turn to for advice? I don't know. I don't really know. Depends on the situation. Sometimes friends, sometimes my mom. A lot of the time I'll turn to my mom. A lot of the time I don't even really ask for advice from people. It's more just if I need to vent something and chat it out with someone. That's normally what it is. I don't really ask people for advice on things because I feel you get to a time and a place and an age where you realize that you're the only one that can really make a difference to your situation, you know? Others that aren't in your situation or close to your situation can't really do much. And because they don't know your situation, they can't offer the best advice. So yeah, I'd definitely say my mom and then my friends. Who are your favorite content creators? It always changes. Like right now, I guess because I've been streaming a lot more, I've been watching a lot of streamers. Like I really like Clicks. He's like a Fortnite streamer, but the way he does his content is like really clever, and I think he's really clever with the way he operates his business, and is building another whole revenue stream and business out of streaming and clips, and not just relying on the Fortnite money, even though he's doing more than good off that. So yeah, Clicks definitely. My other favorite content creators, I think Mr. Beast is fantastic. I had a little Mr. Beast phase like a couple of weeks ago where I actually started watching his videos and was like, yo, this is crazy. Like Mr. Beast is crazy, bro. Like he has crazy video ideas, the amount of money and time that goes into it, and then also just learning. When I started learning YouTube and like what I need to do and stuff, and his advice and stuff, it was crazy. Like the things that he incorporates in his video that like subconsciously, consciously you don't pick up on, but subconsciously it has an effect on you as a viewer, is just like really clever. So yeah, it makes me sound corny as hell, but probably Clicks and Mr. Beast right now. What engineers or producers inspire you? I was really inspired and am really inspired by the Internet Money Collective. Like what Taz Taylor is doing is really inspiring, and his vlogs. I really like that he started vlogging as well, so everyone can get like a little more insight into what he does day to day. And obviously everyone else that's involved in Internet Money, like Nick and Rio and all of them. Other producers, engineers. There's this guy called Austin Hull, who's like, shout out him. He's the creator of Make Pop Music. He does like a bunch of tutorials on YouTube and has courses and sample packs and things like that. I think I found out about him because I used to be really into Black Bear, and he had like a couple Black Bear vocal tutorials or something like that. But the way he does things, and the way he has his business set up, and the way he structures his content and his videos is just really great. So yeah, I'd say he inspires me as well, for sure. What do you do when you're burnt out? I keep working. Nah, in all seriousness, like when I'm burnt out, I guess I sleep. Like sometimes I do sleep a lot. Like if I'm really burnt out, I'll sleep for like 12 hours, bro. Like I'll just sleep. That's probably like the thing I do the most when I'm burnt out. Otherwise, like if I'm just having like a mini burnout in the day, I like to go for like a walk or a run or exercise, or just kind of get out into the fresh air a little bit and see other people in the world around me. Who's your current top 5 favorite artists and why? That's a hard one. Okay, well, Breakins has to go on the list. This is in no order because I don't know an order, but Breakins has to go on the list. So I'll say Breakins, Halog, Boy Genius, Isabel Pless, and Brevin Kim. I guess I'll go with Brevin Kim. Breakins, just because his creativity is like on another level, and the fact that he produces, engineers, and has like some of the best vocals I've ever heard, and is creating like a whole new soundscape that so many kids have taken inspiration from, is just like huge. That's why Breakins like is the GOAT, bro. And he's still only like what, 21. And then Halog, kind of similar. They make kind of similar music, but kind of similar just in the way of like the sound that he's creating, and he really has his own unique sound, and he does it all himself as well, is just really commendable. And then Boy Genius, I don't know, I've been in this little like indie phase, so I'm like into Boy Genius right now. It's like yeah, it's my little indie phase. But they make just really like soft but like catchy like indie pop music that's just like super vibey. Isabel Pless just makes the best melodies and has one of the best voices I've ever heard in pop music, and she's like so underrated, bro. I think she has like, I don't know, 10k or something like that on Instagram, but she literally makes some of the best melodies, and lyrics as well, has some of the best lyrics I've ever heard. You guys should really check her out. And then Brevin Kim, because they're my goats. Like I've been on them for years now. I love the fact that they're brothers and they're doing this together, and just to see them like evolve over the years has been like so awesome. And they're so good. Like they have such unique vocal styles and also just vocal effect techniques that they use, so that's why I would say them. Give me some types of goals that one could set for their music career as a beginner. As a beginner, I'd say just work your hardest at like figuring out what type of music you want to do if you don't know that already, because there's so many genres, there's so many niches you could get stuck in. So really try to figure out what you like the most and then hone in on that for a little bit. Obviously down the road it might change, you might want to try something new, and that's totally okay, But I think trying to learn like 5 different genres of music at the same time when you've never made music before is a bad way to go about it. Like, you want to focus on one genre and really get that down good, and then you can expand. And then I'd say just watch tutorials, bro. Like, tutorials are the best thing on the face of this earth. Watch tutorials for your DAW in the genre that you want to use, and just look at what plugins they use. Look at the techniques they use. Look at how they structure their chords. Look at everything and just apply that to your own music. And don't go to school for music. That's the last thing I'll say. Don't go to school for music. How would you take a dream and convert it to a reality? Just years of hard work, patience, practice, failures, crying, being so over the top excited. Like, you just have to do it, bro. You just have to commit to it. Like, I committed myself to this when I was like 15, and I'm like 21 now, so that was 6 years ago. I'm still not where I want to be. Like, I've made a lot of progress for sure, and I'm in a good place, but I'm not where I want to be yet. You really just have to dedicate yourself and be okay with the failures, be okay with going through hard times, be okay with sacrificing friends, relationships, nights at the club. That's the stupidest thing ever anyway. Be okay with sacrificing all these things that maybe was part of your life before you wanted to commit to something big. Like, you need to be okay with that. And trust yourself. Like, trust yourself over everyone else. Like, value your opinion the most, because your opinion is honestly what matters the most. 3 tips for someone looking to get into the music game. Find a mentor, being someone you know, or by watching a lot of tutorials and watching the same guy, like all of the same guy's videos. Another tip for getting into the music game would be to get the equipment and the software that you need so that you can actually start practicing. And I guess the third would just be practice. Like, practice as much as you can, spend as much as your free time on this as you can, and like I said before, be okay with the failures. Be okay with things not working out exactly the way you want them to, because they're not going to. But one thing I can say is, the longer you do music for, the easier it gets. Like, I remember the first 1-2 years that I was doing music, it was painful, bro. It was so painful because, like, I wanted to do so many things, but I just didn't know how to do them. And then I was wasting money on software that I bought for like the wrong operating system. And I was really bad with computers too at the time, bro. Like, it was just a mess. And the first like 2 years was just brutal, but I got through it, and it's probably gonna be the same for you. So just stick it out. Alright, y'all, that's gonna be it for this Q&A. I appreciate you guys' attention, and I really hope this video brought some value to you. If you like this video, check out our last video. It's linked on the screen right now, about whether the music you're listening to is ruining your life. I'll see you guys again soon.